Well, of course, in the founding, we were given a minimum number that we had to get in the house because this was basically a financial deal. And while I'm talking about this being a financial deal, I should say that the vice president for business was never in support of this. His name was Hubert Beck. He was a wonderful fellow, was very good to all of us individually, but he didn't much like the notion of what we were trying to do and saw all kinds of problems, thought we'd destroy the place and then it wouldn't have any value left to sell to anybody because we would just, he was thinking that we would be another fraternity and just run through and wreck the place. We gave the house back to them probably in better shape than they gave it to us. So Hubert was not in favor. But we were given a minimum number, and in the original documents you'll see that it was all consensus oriented. I now work with Quakers and Mennonite groups, and I tell them all the time that I'm very familiar with their consensus model because it's a concept that you work with in colleges and universities anyway in shared governance, but we had this very early experience with it here in the President's House Association where we did most things by consensus. And the way that I remember it was that as I began to go talk to guys to come in and join this idea, because it was only an idea at that time, would you be interested in this idea? Then once you were a part of the group that said you were interested in the idea, then it was pretty much consensus from there on out. So you got 2 guys, and you got 3 guys, and you got 4 guys, and you got 5, and it just kind of built on a consensus basis, and built into the original document was, you don't get into the house unless you get, you know, you're black, you can be blackballed. 1 vote's all it takes to keep you out. It was all based on consensus. And that was a pretty strong principle going in. So, and then of course we had to set some other standards. So we had we had a few basic standards, academic requirements and that sort of thing. And I think some of us who were in that original group, we kind of knew what we wanted, and that's what we were looking for. And I mentioned last night that one of the things you're trying to do when you build your original group was we were trying to get good balance. We wanted academics, people with real strong academics. We wanted athletes. We wanted musical people. We wanted leadership people, and we were trying to get all that kind of stuff.